Um, so, Catherine, you were telling me about how you came to build this house.
Oh, hello.
So,
Where did you come from?
well,
Strange man in my kitchen window.
I just popped up. Could you tell us again?
Oh, right. From the very beginning?
Yeah, why not?
Well, we lived in Nevada City. We owned this property. Had an old mobile home on it, and we were renting it out to people, and we thought, why don't we build a house on that property, move here, and rent out the big house in town, and so that's what we did. But I think Paul got the idea for straw bale, because I don't remember myself coming up with that idea. And as soon as he showed me some books and pictures of these sweet little earthen homes with looking like they were right out of Mexico or something, I just fell in love with the look and the style and the earthiness of it all. And I was sold. And we just slowly started making sketches and figuring out what we wanted in a house. And of course it changed a lot from our originals. Just decided I didn't want a big house like we were moving out of, a 4-bedroom, 2-story house.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted a big kitchen, because I had a tiny kitchen at that one.
Yeah.
Big
And
kitchen.
this is a pretty big kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, too bad those are in the way. But
That's all
yeah,
right.
maybe you can get them.
Well, we can.
And it goes into the living room.
Yeah,
and, we have a creek on this property, which I love, having a real creek. It's like a river in the winter.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it?
And it is a nice place.
You're telling us about the architects and the woman from Turkey.
So we went to an architect that someone suggested. Oh, and we found someone who would do all the designing and figuring out and the engineering, all the stuff we wouldn't have a clue about doing, that the building department needed to have all this official stuff signed and stamped by she wasn't an architect, she was a designer, engineer type person. And she had a lot of experience with straw bale house. She lived in one herself, and had built it herself. And so she knew what she was talking about, and she did all the paperwork. And we turned that into the building inspectors, and they said okie doke, and we started. They didn't say okie doke, I just.
So how did you start?
Well,
What's the
we
first
had
thing
to
you
get
did?
the mobile home out of here.
Yeah.
And then make sure it was really flat, and start pacing and staking out the footprint of the house.
Yeah. So did you get bulldozers in, or what happened?
Yeah. And Paul, I think, did all that himself. You know, we rented it.
Yeah.
They drop it off, and he learned how to do that at Sal's years ago.
Oh yeah.
Thank God, yeah. So we saved a little money there just by renting the equipment instead of having someone do it.
Yeah.
He even moved the mobile home up the hill himself.
Yeah, and you were living in the mobile home.
Then we moved
were
into
you?
the mobile home after. Oh, you and Jeannie came to stay in it right after we moved it up there.
Yeah.
And that was, so you sort of saw the beginning, I think, of us pacing things out and staking things out. Then the foundation was very complicated and involved, and this is where Paul should be talking. I think it's called concrete form type. And
yeah, so well, we'll get Paul to explain the technicalities.
You can edit then in him.
Yeah, how did it affect you?
What?
How did it affect you?
Affect me?
I mean, what did you do? Did you?
We dug ditches, trenches, and they kept filling up with water. during the winter, and we had to get down in what you call wellies and clean out these things and try to keep the walls from falling in. It was a big, muddy, horrible mess. But eventually all the concrete got poured, and then it got covered with these pieces of what looks like styrofoam, some special kind of foam, styrofoam that helps insulate better. And I really can't tell you the process of the floor. It was so involved that Paul would remember, but many layers of different types of materials for the floor, and then the top layer he put in what they call PEX tubing or PEX piping, where the hot water would go all throughout the floor and heat up the floor, and that's the only way we heat our house. We have no fireplace or wood-burning stove or any other kind of heater in this house. It's all in the floor.
Okay, let's get back to what you were saying about from the beginning. You were talking about doing the flooring and how that was very complicated and how the house was is heated from the floor. What about the actual building itself? Did you what was building that like?
Let's see. First they did the framework, wooden framework, and some really good friends of Paul's from his past organized a work party and came and spent the weekend and just pounded nails all weekend long in the hot sun. And so we had a frame started, and our friends from Oregon who used to live in this area and still came down and worked on straw bale houses and knew a lot. Prasad is his name and Shahoma is hers, and they came down for a weekend and basically taught us and a whole group of our friends, about 20 people, how to put the straw bales in place. How to tie the certain knots and tie up things in a certain way and tie them all together and fit them in between the pieces of wood, the frame, and that was really fun and hard work. And but when we were done, we had walls. And
so did the walls go up before the roof or the other way around?
God, I can't remember.
That's all right.
I
I think
the walls came up.
Do you think the walls were before the roof?
I'll have to look at the pictures. That's why we need the pictures to remind us.
We do.
Yeah.
We got the walls up.
The walls up, and then the
and
roof
then what
up.
happened?
Well, part of the framing of the roof we had done by these by a company they're called trusses. The triangular part that fits on top of the house frame. And we had those delivered, which was a really huge ordeal. Because it comes in on an incredibly big truck and trailer. And so that was a big important day when the trusses were brought, but we had to put them in place. No, did they put them in place?
I think you put them in place.
They put them all together, but just on top of the frame of the house, and then we had to get up there and put each huge triangle of wood into its proper place, and Paul had to crawl around on the framework because he was the only one who could do it, who was strong enough but light and good on his feet, because the other guy couldn't do it, and hold everything in place while he nailed everything in place. And but I was up on a ladder helping hold big trusses in place while he hammered them in, he and the other guy. That was a lot of work.
Did you expect to fall down?
I probably was afraid at times, but he really risked his life. I mean, he could have easily slipped, but he didn't.
Yeah, there he is. Still alive.
Yeah.
Wave,
Come on,
wave to
Paul.
us, Paul.
Help me with these apples. Help me peel.
I'm in the middle of something.
Oh,
Okay, wave to us though.
Bye. Where's my shoes?
He's not going to get involved, huh?
Well, he will do. We'll talk
Jeannie's
to him.
got him doing something, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's.
To put on.
Yeah.
And,
after the trusses. Yeah. You got the trusses
We got
up.
the trusses in place, so then we nailed on plywood, and I helped with that. I was up on the roof doing the plywood.
Yeah.
I did do that part of the roof, and I also helped with then spreading the tar paper.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was really scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
think
know,
it was.
I don't know if Zach helped with the roof. Did you, hon? Well, I know Jacob did one day.
Yeah. I seen pictures of Jacob doing it. Yeah.
And anyway,
And the roof. Yeah. Yeah.
so and then we ordered this metal type roofing, and as you can see, well, if you look up there,
Yeah.
and I didn't get up involved. I let them do that because that just was too slippery and scary.
Yeah.
So he and one or two guys did that.
And then by that time it was waterproof.
Yeah, so we could just work on the ins. Oh, did we? I'm trying to remember. I think we let a whole winter go where we didn't plaster. I can't remember. I have to look at the pictures if we did the first clay plaster on the outside before the winter. I know we got the roof up before the winter, but you know, because they say you got to get at least one coating of the clay plaster on the straw bales, or they will mildew.
Yeah.
And we did have a little bit of rot that we had to take out, but I can't remember if we. Oh, and we had mice and rats rampant in here.
Yeah.
They were making all kinds of little nests on the inside, you know.
Yeah.
But I think we started plastering on the inside that first winter, or maybe it was the second winter.
And then, how were you feeling at that time? Did you think it would ever finish, or were you?
Yeah, I remember just thinking, when will this is taking so long. You know, so much work.
Stage. Okay, we got the roof up and the walls done,
I'm trying to
and
remember, Nick.
what about plastering?
Well, we had to plaster the straw.
Yeah.
And start building the framework on the inside for all the individual rooms.
Yeah.
And getting all the plumbing and all the electrical. And that took a long time to get all that straightened out, figured out, done. Before we actually then put up the inside walls. With the separate rooms and whatnot.
So what was the best bit of it? when
Me?
Yeah,
the
for you,
plastering.
yes.
Yeah, I liked the plastering to a certain point.
Yeah.
Then at times I hated it because, you know, up, the walls, the ceilings. That was the final plaster.
Yeah.
It was really hard. We had scaffolding in here.
Yeah.
And mixing up 5-gallon buckets of plaster and then somehow lifting them up onto the scaffolding.
Yeah.
It was really hard. Zach did a lot of that with us, inside plaster.
And when did you sort of feel it was finished, or that it would really happen, or?
Not till it happened. Yeah, it got, like, Paul would still be excited. Oh, I can't wait till blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, just like, I just want it to be done.
Yeah.
You know, it was like the joy, a lot of the joy went out, you know, when it's just so much drudging work for so
Yeah.
long. But I love doing stuff like we've been doing this week with the painting on the outside. That's been
Uh-huh.
fun. I liked shaping the benches we made in the dining room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And putting all the river rock in places, and I like doing these windowsill, you know,
Yeah.
shaping around the windows, doing all the more creative, aesthetically pleasing things
Yeah.
like that. It's a lot of fun.
And tell us about when you moved in.
Well, we moved in, was almost finished. We had one bathroom and one bedroom finished, so we moved in. Because they said, you know, they gave their approval, the county government, the building department, and continued to work on the other rooms. And the kitchen was, of course, unfinished, but we had a stove and a refrigerator and a sink in.
Mm-hmm.
And we got bits and pieces, cabinet at different places, and made it all work together, and did the tile. I'm still working on the backsplash, making a mosaic
Yeah.
on the backsplash. That might not be done for years.
Oh, well.
Maybe this winter I'll
Well,
actually get it, you know, the kitchen
Maybe
part
we
done.
can see, maybe we can show it on this film, indeed. I don't know if we
Here, try
can.
showing over this way.
Yeah, that's, I don't know what that'll
See
look
that?
like. It's a bit of movie awful, I should think. And we'll come and do that. Okay, well that's at least a bit of it. We can see this bit quite well. Yeah.
See that little, that was something I think Zach found when he was a little boy. Found it in the,
Oh,
in
what,
the dirt.
this little face
And it
here.
was from a little porcelain doll
Oh, yeah, there it is.
from the gold mining days when
Yeah.
somebody lived. People would just throw their garbage in the
Yeah.
ground, and it would get buried by leaves. So that's a really cool little thing.
Yeah, that's sweet. And so, what of the future then?
Pardon?
What of the future then?